Hello, today I'm going to be giving you tips on fatal error. Let me just quickly change my gear to what I personally use to beat him. Obviously, I can't use gear from fatal. So I personally use both crowns to deal more dodges. I use this Crimson Blade because it's really good for damage. Ideally, once you get the dodges down, you would want to deal damage. First tips I would like to get into before the fight starts is I would recommend using the default equipment as shows. I mean, visual effect doesn't matter. The healing becomes really convenient as long as you're utilizing it, as well as being really good for dodges. Something I will say is you need to avoid the green attacks at all costs. I mean, you might have different attack priorities depending on if you, say, last better in a longer fight, but the green attacks heal him 77 dodges, which is 10% of his dodges, which is absolutely insane. And drags the fight longer than it should. The red attacks take away from your max HP, blue attacks slow you. If you had to get hit by any attack, I would say blue, then red, then green. But green is in my opinion, least favorite because, yeah, it drags on the fight. I would recommend bringing heal items, which I actually want to get beforehand. If I wouldn't lag, yeah, there we go. Okay, and then go to this shop. I personally wouldn't get delayed candy. I mean, I'm not really against it as much, but okay. If you can afford it, which I bought before this, I would highly recommend, if you're really struggling on it, getting the arrow candy. It's really good for a last-ditch effort because while it does damage you, if you're like really close to beating fatal, I would personally use it. It works almost like revive, but it drains you at the same time. It came in clutch for my run. But yeah, another quick tip I'm gonna get into before I start the fight is jumping. You can bait out some of his attacks to go above you. This is really useful because you want to get hit as minimally as possible, especially by green attacks. So you can jump to bait out some attacks, but don't spam jump because there's no point in baiting out the attack if you're just gonna jump back into it. I mean, the more you practice with it, the more it'll kind of click for you. The first time, a player named Monoxamir, who beat Call of the Void Ruthless pre-nerf, which was insane first time, basically explained it to me. I didn't get it at first, but yeah, enough yap. Let's get into it. First, I have to beat Aftertail. I'm mobile, so I personally use it as a quickly. I would personally say use this blaster for after. Because don't worry about focusing too much on measures, he does very much damage. And you don't gotta worry about it in saving. Realistically, you shouldn't just give him he was again though, just a little bit. Prayer Pistol is also another really good option. There we go. If you can't see the entrance, go on the order while I finish the top of the house. Of course, I need to show that. But yeah.
I guess I need to keep my heals on my hotbar. Don't know why quick heal doesn't work with air. I was like, yo, my HP looking a lot lower. Okay, this should be good. I really don't like my sounds like this. My dodge is like taking so much longer.
2. I forgot how hard Nightmare was. Not gonna lie, you do need to get lucky on his attacks. I don't know if I want to suffer any longer because this is a tip video. I mean, you know, like, I have beaten him before. Why do it again? I'm gonna try Backbone and Void. You know what? I'll do Backbone and Void Crown and try to do it one more time. You know, something you could do is, as opposed to using normal, you could use this Crimson Blade. The only thing you're really sacrificing is, would you rather deal the dodges faster but take longer on the damage, or vice versa? Because, I mean, my personal thing is get rid of the dodges, right? Because, for one, he can heal the dodges, etc. Then do the damage faster, so that way you don't have to deal with it. But I'll try normal things, maybe that is better, because it does do 4 dodges and will trigger Void Crown faster. Alright, this is the new setup. I'm gonna go quickly buy some heals, we'll see. Not gonna lie, Nullifier is not while it does block an attack, you have to take time to literally use it, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I guess that's like a cost or whatever, but okay. And as you can tell, you do have more HP, so. No, let me murk him, Okay, prioritize red over blue. Definitely prioritize red over blue. Blue is such a run ender, holy. Here's what I'm thinking. I think the reason why I use this animation is what you do is you play passive, and then once you deal all the dodges, then you can go in with this to deal with the dodges, the damage really fast. So, I mean, ideally, you do a lot more damage stacked up with hit soul. I'm low-key gonna use bravery, so I can also deal more dodges. I think I used bravery my first time around anyway, so. Man, I'm so glad I already beat him, bro. Okay. Yeah, look lag, bro. Just keep making me. I'm using a different VFX so I can see my weapon better. That was bad. I didn't know what weapon I had. Okay, guys, you think I'm gonna miss whether or not my weapon's on or not now? I think I'll know when it's on or not. Can't tell. Can you guys? Okay, let's do it. Man. Never thought I'd actually be using this effect for like an actual strategy. Yeah, cause he like, I'm gonna know when my weapon's out or not. Oh no. I low-key am gonna go get a charger. But yeah. That's pretty much my tips. I mean, yeah, I couldn't beat it because it's a hard boss. You're not gonna beat it first try. Switch up your loadout to what you think's best and just keep trying. I mean, it took me like 5 tries. I'm not gonna lie, I got lucky. Not a single green attack hit me. And I got really lucky with the blue attacks. I mean, I don't think I got hit with more than 2. I don't think I got stacked up with 2 more at once, so. Yeah, that's it for tips. I mean, if you want, I could try to make a gameplay video.